In Chapter 23 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, Shin, the Universe 7 Kaioshin, has a very interesting line, which has got the Dragon Ball community in a bit of a kerfuffle or a heated discussion. Shin actually says, and I've seen a couple different translations for this, but I have a picture right here where he says that Vegito more or less is stronger than Beerus. Now, I personally do not really believe this to be the case. Now, I've gathered some evidence and I wanted to make some points in this video. Now, just to be real quick, I'll go ahead and tell my 2 points right now. Well, it's kind of 3 points, but whatever, I digress. I'm going to tell these points now, and then we're going to go over it long style, and I'll have a lot of evidence to back up my points and stuff. But basically, the first point I wanted to make is that Shin right here is not exactly the most qualified guy to be talking about Vegito's power in comparison to Beerus, because he has proven on several occasions not to be the greatest judge of strength, or even the most knowledgeable of what certain fighters are capable of doing. Despite the fact that as the Kaioshin, he really should be a little more adept at determining battle power, he has shown a tendency to be quite incorrect about a lot of those things. Now, the second point I wanted to make is that Beerus's power level as of right now is unknown. Beerus has no ceiling right now. They continually have moved the goalposts for how strong Beerus is. At this point in time, Beerus has an infinite level of strength. They could pull out any feat they wanted to with Beerus, because there has never been a clear indicator of where Beerus' strength caps out. The only thing we know is that he's afraid of Zeno-sama, but Zeno-sama is, the king of everything, the ruler, the omnipresent god, whatever you want to say. He is above everything, so Beerus is scared of him. But outside of that, we don't really have a proper judge of how Beerus would do in any sort of fight, because we have no idea what his power could be. Now, you could make kind of the same point for Vegito. You could say, theoretically, Vegito should be able to do the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, all types of techniques, all types of different, powers and abilities that Goku and Vegeta both have. The problem is that whereas Beerus, as of this moment in time, has no limit, Vegito Blue has a very strict stated limit. And we're going to go over all these points in this video. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about Shin, aka the Universe 7 Kaioshin's incompetence a little bit. Now, I actually do like this guy as a character, so, I'm not trying too hard to rail against him, but I just don't think he is the proper judge of how a fight between Beerus and Vegito would go. Now, if you guys remember, back when, in the beginning stages of the Buu Saga, when Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, and the Kaioshin were making their raid on Babidi's spaceship, at every turn, every one of Babidi's lackeys that would come out, Kaioshin would slurp them unendlessly. Oh, we gotta team up. We got no chance. Look at Pui Pui. When Pui Pui showed up, Kaioshin, he was shitting his pants. We can't make light of the enemy. Even once Vegeta had already proven that he was more than a match for Pui Pui, Kaioshin was still incredibly nervous. And even after they had started defeating some of these opponents, he still could not believe it. He was absolutely flabbergasted that there were, humans, mortals with this level of power. Now, despite being, the Kaioshin, which at the time was the highest god mentioned, you would expect him to know all of these things, which he did not. Even look at what Kaioshin just recently said in Dragon Ball Super, while discussing with Gohan the ridiculous 28, planets with mortal life on it in Universe 7, and he mentions that he specifically does not observe them in terms of power levels. Now, I might be taking this a little out of context while using this as, evidence that he can't really judge power levels on a level that would be required for me to take him seriously, but I also am not so sure that he knows the true scope of Beerus's power. I would suspect only a few, high-level gods would know of this. Whis would know, but I'm not so sure Kaioshin would actually know this. And let us not forget, too, that after Majin Buu had just been revived, Gohan noticed how childlike Fat Buu was and mentioned, well, if we take out Babidi, wouldn't that solve the problem? We could talk to Buu, not get him to be evil and destroy or whatever. And Kaioshin's like, no, that wouldn't work at all. And what ends up happening? Mr. Satan, who's not even a fighter, appeals to Buu, and Buu decides to change his ways, and now Buu is a valuable member of the Tournament of Power team. The Kaioshin has proven many times that he is quite inept at his job as Kaioshin. Now, of course, this isn't completely his fault. It has been stated on numerous occasions that he did not complete all of the Kaioshin training because of the terror of Majin Buu at the time, wiping out all the different other Kaioshins of Universe 7, which I think does have a lot to do with Kaioshin's, ineptitude. But I just do think, really, we can't just see this line in the newest manga chapter of Dragon Ball Super and go, oh, bam, there it is. Okay, Vegito's stronger than Beerus. Just because it's said by this guy, I love him. But, this is not the character I want to hear this from. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, too, is in regards to Beerus's level of power, we've never really gotten a very specific kind of representation of how strong Beerus is. And there have been in the past moments where they have kind of used different percentages to kind of, give context to where Beerus fit in with the other Z fighters. Now, I believe personally that at the time that they were making the show, they made these movies and they were putting these lines in, they probably intended for them to be true. Look at this. In the Battle of Gods movie, we said that Beerus was fighting at 70% power against Super Saiyan God Goku. Now, as time has gone on, it is proven that there's no way this could be true. I would have to imagine all of the training Goku has done with Whis, the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, all of this, and he wouldn't have been able to close that 30% gap. That's a little suspect. And not only not close that 30% gap, but I don't believe that Super Saiyan Blue, Goku or Vegeta are even close to Beerus. So maybe at the time they intended this 70% line to, be the truth, but it for sure, as of right now, is definitely not the case. And then in Dragon Ball Super, of course, we have this. After Beerus pimp smacks Bulma, Vegeta gets this huge anger power boost, Super Saiyan 2, and gets some good shots in on Beerus, whereas Super Saiyan 3 Goku could not even touch Beerus. And Beerus, before KOing Vegeta, says that he had to use 10% of his true strength, which obviously is a load of shit. There's no way, as of right now, Beerus could have been fighting at 10% with this Vegeta, based off of how much stronger him and Goku had to have gotten with the Super Saiyan Blue transformation and all of this. It's not like Goku and Vegeta, they haven't just been sitting around jerking off since they got Super Saiyan Blue. They've continued to get stronger. So when I say they constantly move the goalpost on Beerus's power, this is what I mean. I believe Toriyama stated in an interview that he doesn't intend for Goku to catch up to Beerus at least anytime soon. Now, I looked and I wasn't able to find a source for this, but I have heard this several times. And honestly, it makes me wonder if Dragon Ball Super has been an immense success. Perhaps its success has caused them to rethink how long the series would be. And, when they started it, maybe they had only planned for it to be 100 episodes. There's been, all kinds of incorrect rumors out there and stuff. But let's just say when it started, they had only, intended for around 100 episodes or so. So they had no problem tossing things out like, oh, Beerus was at 70% against Super Saiyan God Goku and shit like that. But now, as the show is successful and a real moneymaker and real popular, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't want Goku and Vegeta to catch up to Beerus, and we want this to continue for a while. So they just make it to where Beerus is not close to Goku and Vegeta. I don't think Goku and Vegeta are close to Beerus in power at all as of the moment. Now, there is another line that Toriyama said in an interview. Again, I did some looking. I couldn't really find like a transcript of this. I know it's out there. If I looked harder, I probably could find it. But in an interview, Toriyama said that if Super Saiyan God Goku is a 6, Beerus is a 10, and on that same scale, Whis would be a 15. Again, I do not think that this scale has any relevance anymore. At the time, when Toriyama said that, I'm sure that was intended to be the case. But as the series has gone on, I think we now can safely, retire that line. Super Saiyan God Goku 6, Beerus 10, Whis 15. I don't think that is relevant anymore. I just wanted to put some other clues in here. Again, personally, I'm not so sure how, legit this would actually be. But Whis does state in the Resurrection F movie that if Goku and Vegeta work together, they'd be able to go toe-to-toe with Beerus. Again, I'm not sure how legit this actually is going to be. Whis doesn't have any, reason to lie. I just think as time has gone on, they've rethought how strong they've wanted Beerus to be. And of course, I also think many people will bring up that when Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken against Hit, Beerus is quite surprised, like, oh shit, he was going to use that on me. And Whis asks Beerus, like, oh, are you nervous? And Beerus is like, no, I'm nervous? Me? No, never. So people are like, oh, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, that's got to be close to Beerus. I disagree. If you guys, I think it's safe to say that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken lost to Hit. Hit, if that fight had continued and finished, I have confidence in saying Hit would have won that fight. Now, if Hit, at the very least, you could say he's, on an equal fighting level with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, right? That's not a stretch to say that Hit is around that level. I mean, Goku is stronger in terms of pure power, but Hit was able to fight Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Goku couldn't just blow him away. Now, after the tournament between Universe 6 and 7 finishes, Champa wants to kill Hit because Hit was not listening to his instructions and he gave up, and Champa is not having this. So he goes to kill Hit. Hit is resigned to his fate that he does not stand a chance to Champa. This is clear to me. So it's very easy. Again, maybe power scaling isn't the best idea. That's not really what I'm trying to do here, but if Hit and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku are somewhere close to each other, but Hit has no chance against Champa, then how is he going to fight? How would Hit and Goku match up to Beerus, who was sort of stated to be stronger than Champa? I mean, he wasn't really stated to be stronger than Champa. Vados just said, when Goku asked which one is stronger, judging by their, appearance, referring to Champa's weight, which one do you think would win? So it's kind of implied that Beerus might have an edge over Champa. And again, if Hit, who is around the same thing as Super Saiyan Blue Goku, could stand no chance against Champa, then how would Goku stand a chance against Beerus? It's very simple. I think people sometimes take certain things too literal. Just because Beerus is surprised at Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken does not mean it's an actual threat to him. I feel very strongly about that. And the last thing I really wanted to cover, this is incredibly important. Now, while right now, as of this moment, we have no idea what the limit, ceiling, any of that is for Beerus' power, we don't really know what the ceiling for Vegito's power is, obviously, considering how, in my opinion, he handled, Merge or Fusion Zamasu quite well. It's safe to say Vegito is, ridiculously strong, clearly. But Vegito has a very, very strict limit on how long he can be out. Now, it's stated by Gowasu that the fusion effects on those who aren't Kaioshin only lasts for an hour. This is stated in both the anime and the manga, okay? Now, in the anime, Vegito Blue fires the final Kamehameha, epic moment, of course, but then seconds later defuses into Goku and Vegeta. Gowasu then states that they've used up the power to sustain the fusion. Now, I would also like to point out, again, Kaioshin Shin from Universe 7 had no idea what the fuck. Why did they unfuse? Gowasu at least had some idea, but I would like to point again, Shin, Mr. Vegito is stronger than Beerus, doesn't even understand why Vegito defused. There's certain things I do have to point out here. So they used up the power to sustain the fusion, and they could no longer be Vegito. So they were only able to be Vegito for a couple minutes at most, which certainly would not be enough against Beerus. And then, when you take a look at it, in the following episode, Goku and Vegeta were not even able to go Super Saiyan Blue, and here is where Shin actually says it's because of the final Kamehameha they used as Vegito completely drained them, which does align well with the manga, where in the manga, Vegito doesn't actually even fire off the final Kamehameha. He completely charges it up and is about to let it go when the fusion dissipates and Goku and Vegeta split up. So clearly, Vegito Blue, I don't know if it's just the Super Saiyan Blue transformation dramatically cuts down the time limit, like, say, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Gotenks going into the Super Saiyan 3 form really cuts down the amount of time Gotenks is able to stay fused. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that's what happens with Vegito here, or if it's just he puts so much power into the final Kamehameha that it destabilizes the fusion. But regardless, if Vegito cannot use his best technique against Beerus, I don't really see how it is that you could say that he would be able to beat Beerus. All in all, as of right now, I would say we don't really have an answer. So that's really the point of this video is, there's a misconception out there now where people think Vegito is stronger than Beerus because of what Shin said, and I don't necessarily think that's the case. As of right now, I would put my money as a betting man on Beerus. Of course, everyone wants Vegito to be stronger. I do too, that would be sick, but we have not reached that point yet. That's it though. I actually do want to know, what do you guys think? Please comment, please tell me. Do you think I made a good case for why Beerus is stronger than Vegito? Or do you guys think Vegito is stronger? Do you want him to be stronger? Let me know. I actually do want to see a lot of comments on this video. I want to see what people think in this, grudge match. Beerus or Vegito? Who do you think would win? Tell me.